Shoot, what am I doing? Shoot, I should have changed it. Okay. Okay, looks like someone's here. Okay, I wanted to talk about my recent experience that I found myself in a situation where I was anxious to get out of it, and it was somebody that was promising to help me with my car and ended up not helping me at all with the car. And I was starting to feel trapped because this person was starting to, was liking me and wanted to, I don't know, I don't think they were capable of having sex, but they said they really liked me and were just constantly hitting on me and trying to get me to engage with them. And then I started to feel trapped because my car was still needing fixed and my tire was getting lower and lower. There was a couple of problems, but one of them was my tire. And I was in the desert and it was going lower and lower and lower and it wasn't getting fixed. And I did not want to have another flat tire in the desert. That's how it went flat the first time. So I managed to get out of there. And I don't know, my thing is glitching already. Like they're not going to let me go on with this again, I guess. Um, can you hear me? Whoever is in here, I could see that there's people in here, but I need to have somebody tell me if the sound is okay, because I'm outside of a Starbucks and I'm still not feeling very good. I was getting sick in the desert because I just don't get along well with the dry, arid desert. And my throat is still dry. My body is going through all kind of weird changes, but I'm understanding that other people are going through this too, and I'm starting to think it might be the frequencies in combination to the conditions, the dry weather, and oh God. Get out of here. Hi, Renee. Oh, can you hear me okay? Because it's hard to tell. My throat is like I can't really talk real loud because my throat is. I didn't realize how bad it still was because haven't been talking to anybody for a couple of days. I've been just driving through California, heading back to Washington to see my daughter and the baby, and get another car if I can. Try to find it. Okay, glad it's. I can't really tell on my end how loud it is. I have it up as far as it goes, but I'm outside too, so. So I'm just curious if anyone else has had any encounters with these kind of people. Now, this person told me that they were born intersex and raised as a girl for 3 years until they got sex trafficked, at which time I think they did some type of surgery or whatever. And then just, I'm not sure about that, but then they started presenting the child as a boy. This person got taken in by other parents, like his parents gave him up, her up, whatever it was at the time. It was a girl at first. And the person looked, oh man, can you see the glitching on here? Or is it just on my end? Because I'm noticing other people who are talking about serious things and not, I'm not trying to promote any kind of drama or anything. I'm trying to get clear on this topic and try to figure it out. Because I've been researching autism and the spectrum and the different, what they call different things, Asperger's or even like bipolar or multiple personalities and stuff like that. I saw a guy that you could tell he was mentally ill, and he was arguing with his multiple personalities back and forth while he was whittling a piece of wood. It was just going off great. Okay, so you can see it on your side because I'm seeing it just flashing back and forth on my end. I don't know what would cause that. There's nothing really moving or anything behind me. There's an Englishman whose YouTube username is Lizzo's French. We talked about this on Sovereign Soul, Unchained Mind. I don't know who that is. But anyway, at first, when the person first came to the camp where I was at, showed up, and I'm looking, well, right now I'm looking at everybody because the way everybody's presenting and stuff, just whatever. I'm not gonna call them by their pronouns. Well, this person wasn't doing that. This person wasn't a tranny, but they told me they're more like a eunuch, and that his wife thought he did something wrong and drugged him somehow, and then tried to cut his nuts off, and succeeded in getting one off. So this person told me they were like a eunuch. I'm not going to say who they are, give their name or anything like that. I'm not trying to expose anybody or anything. I'm just trying to make sense of this whole thing, because this is something other than the tranny thing. This is not a tranny who's trying to change their gender, because they're both sent. Now, this person told me that, and I didn't know this, that there's as many of these intersex people as there are redheads. And I looked it up, and it said that there were I think there's probably more redheads than this is the first person I've ever met that, at least that I knew of. And when they first came into my vision, I picked up that they had boobs. So I didn't know, it could be soy, it could be a lot of things, but it turns out I was right. They were female boobs, but they were small. He did show them to me. I wish he would have showed me his whole package so I could figure out how these people have both at the same time, and what hole goes to what, and how they pee, and how they have sex. And I don't know. Does anyone else know about this? How they operate and everything? The person never attacked me or anything, but then after a couple days of them telling me they're going to help me with my car, I realized this person is not going to help me with my car, because if I get my car fixed, I'm leaving, and they didn't want me to leave. It became very obvious. They wanted me to stay and be with them in life and help build up this whole, the place was disgustingly dirty. And he kept blaming it on somebody who was staying there and robbed. But this was like, this person's long gone and the house is still filthy. I mean, who just leaves dirty, disgustingly dirty towels laying on the floor? You can't blame that on somebody else and all these thieves and everything. They don't come in and drop dirty towels and clothes on the floor. And it was just gross. I mean, this person, then I realized this person not only is intersex, but they were autistic and in denial about it. So it's like being with an alcoholic that everyone knows has an alcohol problem, but the person themselves. So it was like major. He just started saying, I'm not mentally ill. I never accused the person of being mentally ill, but it was obvious that they were after a while because they were just in denial. And it was just becoming more and more awkward to be there. And I was trying to be nice to this person. And they just kept repeating the same stories over and over and over again, which is typical of people on the spectrum. So I've been meeting quite a few. Like I think I've met, well, this person isn't a sub of mine, but I've met like 8 of my subs, and half of them are mentally ill and or have autism of some on some level. They're on the spectrum. So this person was a very intelligent person, and so were, a couple of the other people that I met too that are on the spectrum are very intelligent, but they don't know how to socially interact. They don't know how to take cues. I literally had to tell this person, stop. I do not want to hear you tell this story again. He kept telling me how this one guy that was staying there ended up, oh no, your battery's low. Oh my God, oh my God. Shit, I can't plug this in, so my battery's probably going to die pretty soon. I'm not going to be able to stay on. Shit. Usually I have a full battery, so why I have no battery now is, I don't know. Yeah, so this person was obviously abused as a child. He admitted it. He did look like he could pass for a female or a male. Um, he looked like both. At certain points, he looked like a female. And then he asked me all these questions: if I've ever been with a female sexually, if I ever kissed one, which I never did. It's not me. I haven't done that. Hi, Rebecca. How are you? So, anyway, it was a traumatizing experience for me. On top of that, I was sick, and he was sick too. And then my other friend, Aphrodite, got sick. So I think it was like kind of a thing where, like, it's a frequency or something. You know how like people, just like women sync up their periods and stuff like that. So we go through these like detoxes, like in the spring, like now, and then again in the fall, and then they call it COVID or something. So most people are thinking that's real. I mean, it's really happening, but it's not